Welcome back. Let's look at the types of error messages in Microsoft Excel and their causes. So let's start with this one, which is value. Now, we have the unit prices of each item here, and then we have their quantities as well. Now, to know the amount you'll be paying for this particular item, it should be the unit price times the quantity, isn't it? So when we come to the total here, I did unit price, which is B2, cell B2, times quantity, which is cell C2. And same thing was done for this side as well. Same thing was done for this side going. Okay. But why is it that this one is giving us an error message, but the others were correctly computed? The reason is that when you look at the quantity is not numeric. It is a string. You are multiplying a number by a string. So that's why you get this error message value. So to fix it, it is best you look for your original data, the source of your data, and check what the correct figure is supposed to be. So let me go to the original data where I picked this data from. So sales data here. Now, TV Philips, okay. The quantity was supposed to be 3, but when I was doing the entry, I made a mistake and then I typed A instead of 3. So I have to do the correction to fix this particular error message. So let's do the correction. So the quantity is supposed to be 3. So let me fix that. Then let me hit enter. So you see that the problem has been fixed. You see that. Then let's look at this also. This is another error message known as name. Okay, let's see how to fix this as well. Now to fix this, what I actually wanted to do here was that I want to know the grand total of all these. When we are doing basic function and formula, I taught you that if you want to sum all these, you are supposed to use sum. Look at the top here, the formula bar. So we have equals sum D2 to D8. So this is D2 and this is D8. So from D2 to D8. So when you look at this function, you think the function is correctly entered. But no, there's a problem with the function. What is the problem with the function? The problem with the function is that I spelled the function incorrectly. How? Look at the spelling. S-U-M-M instead of S-U-M. So when you misspell a particular function, you get this error message name. So to fix it, you just do the correction. So you can double click on this cell to fix the problem, or you go to the formula bar to fix the problem. Okay. So let me go to the formula bar. Then I remove one of the M's. Just it should be one M and a normal circumstance. So we just hit enter. So you see that the problem has been fixed. So let's look at another type again. Let me go to my sheet 4. Now, here we have another error message called num. So let's see the cause of this error and how to fix it. So let me just click on it. Now, this was the function that produced this error. And why? SQRT means square root of. You see, if you want to find the square root of a particular number, you use the function SQRT. Now, I wanted to know the square root of negative 25. That's why it gave me num. So let me remove the negative and you see what will happen. So let me remove the negative, then I click enter. I get a correct answer, right? Now let's look at another one again. Now let's say a particular variable called A is 6 and another variable called B is 2. And we want to know A plus B. That is variable A plus variable B. Okay. Now, to know that, say it will be E1 plus E2, isn't it? So look at the formula bar. I have E1 plus E2. So that's what gave me the 8. Now, let me do something. Then you see what will happen. Now, let me come to one of them, either of them, okay? Then right click. Then we click on delete. Okay. Now, when I delete one of them, so when you delete one of the cells we made reference to over here, this is the error message you will get. Okay, sometimes you can mistakenly delete a particular cell content. The only thing you have to do to fix such errors is to update it with the actual figure. Okay, you go back there and make the correct reference. You see, so we get it corrected. Okay, then let's look at another one again. So let me go to sheet 3. Now here, let's look at this error message first. That is div/0 exclamation. Now let's look at the cause of this error message. Now, what causes this error message was that, okay, first of all, I wanted to know the average score of students in my class. Let's say I have these students in my class, okay. These are their IA scores, like mid-semester exams. And then these are their end-of-semester exam scores, okay. And then these are the total, okay. When you add the mid-sem and the end-of-sem together, you get a total. Now, I wanted to know the average score of students in my class or in my course. Let's say I teach statistics, okay, and I want to know the average score of students in my class. So to find the average score of students in the class, say it should be the sum of their marks divided by the number of students in the class. You remember the formula for arithmetic mean. So sum of their marks divided by the number of students. Now, I was able to find the sum of their marks here. Okay, that is sum D2 to D8. That's the sum of their marks. Now, how many students do I have in my class? I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There are 7. But here, I wanted to write number of students here, and I mistakenly wrote 0. Okay, I wrote 0 instead of 7. So when I was entering the formula here that H2 is the total, the sum of their marks, which is H2 here, divided by B10. B10 is where the number of students is supposed to be. It gave me this error because cell B10 contains 0. Whenever you are dividing a number by 0, it will give you this error message. Even when you take your calculator and divide any number by 0, you will get an error, isn't it? So basically, the reason we are getting this error message, DIV, is that we divided the sum of scores of students, which is at cell H2, by the number of students, which was wrongly recorded as 0, which is at cell B10. So to fix the problem, we have to enter the correct number of students, which is 7. So let's enter 7 there. Then hit on enter. So we'll get the correct average score of students in the class. Okay. Then let's look at this one, N/A, this particular error message. What's the cause of this error message? Now here I'm using some function B called VLOOKUP. Okay, but don't worry, you understand VLOOKUP better when I'm fixing it specifically. Okay, but still you can get an idea from here. Now there's a function called VLOOKUP. Now this is how this function works. Okay, before I tell you how that function works, let me tell you something. What happened was, I wanted to grade the students in this class. Okay, I wanted to grade them according to A, B, C, and the like. Now, before grading them, I'm supposed to have a metric for grading them. That is the score and their grade. Now, let's say from 0 to 39 is F. Okay, then from 40 to 49 is E. Then from 50 to 59 is D. 60 to 69 is C. 70 to 79 is B. Then 80 to 100 is A. After writing down your grading system in this order, you should also write the minimum score of each grade down. For instance, what's the lowest score to get an A? It is 80. What's the lowest score to get a B? 70. The lowest score to get a C is 60. The lowest score to get a D is 50. The lowest score to get E is 40. And the lowest score to get an F is 0. So we write their lowest scores down. This is just a mere technique we use when we are trying to use VLOOKUP to grade students. Okay. Now after doing this, then you come to where you want to put their grades. Okay. Now, this is the thing. Let me rewrite the function so that you understand how it works. Let me do it here. Now, when I enter equals, then I type VLOOKUP. Okay, VLOOKUP. Now, the first thing I'm supposed to enter is the total score of the first student, which is 61. Okay, so I'll click on it, comma. Then I'll go and select the table array. That is, I'll select from the first minimum score together with its grade up to the last. That is like this. You click on the first one, then you drag up to the last. Okay. Then you click on F4 to make them absolute. That is, it will introduce $sign for each. Okay. Then comma. Now after the comma, I'm supposed to specify the column index number. What do you mean by column index number? That is the position of the grade I want to give the student in my selection. Like that is the grades A, B, C, D, E, F. What is each position in my selection? Say it's a second position within my selection. These are my selection. I just have two selections. And the column where the grade is located is in the second part of my selection. It's not at the first. So I'm supposed to enter 2 here because it's at the second part. Comma. Let's just choose the false for now. So let me double click. So I choose false. Then let me close the bracket. So you see how I've entered the arguments in the function, right? So let me hit on enter. Now you see that the problem is still not fixed. Let's go back to it. Let me remove this false. Let me remove the false. And just stop at the column index number, which is 2. Okay. Then let's hit on enter. We know that from 60 to 69 is C, so it has given me the C. Now let me come back to where we were supposed to do it. So let me come there. Now let me remove the false here too. You see what will happen. Then let me hit on enter. It's giving me 60. Okay. Which is not what I wanted. I actually want grade, not scores. You see, it's giving me 60. The reason for that is that we entered the wrong column index number. The column index number was supposed to be 2, not 1. In my selection, the grade is at the second part of my selection, not the first part of my selection. So since it's at the second, we are supposed to enter 2 here, not 1. You get it? So when I hit on enter, I'll get the grade C. You see that? So let me click on this and then come to the down right corner so that we can copy and autofill for the rest. So you click, hold, and drag for the others. So now we know the correct grade for each student. Okay, let me delete this since I was just using it as an example. Henceforth, when you see certain error messages in your data, you know their causes and how to fix them as well. So I'll end this here for now. Thank you.